Cześć! Welcome back to Polish Wife Happy Life. Today we're going to be making pierogi. So first what we're going to start off with is the most important part is to make the dough. And in this recipe, it's a traditional recipe and we are actually not going to be using eggs. So you might find some recipes that do call for eggs, but in this case, the traditional recipe, when you don't use eggs, it gives more of a soft, delicate dough to it. So that's what we're going to do today. You're going to have really simple ingredients. You have 4 cups of flour, and I've already sifted it. So you want to sift that flour. That'll give it a light, even a lighter texture to the dough. Then you're also going to add 1 tablespoon of oil. I'm using olive oil. Big fan of olive oil. So you just want to add that in there. You're going to use a pinch of salt. And then you're going to add 1.5 cup of warm water. And so you want to do that slowly. You're just going to slowly mix that in there. And that's essentially it. That's what makes up the dough of the pierogi. So you're going to want to mix it, and you're slowly going to have a dough ball form. I've already taken off my jewelry because otherwise the dough gets into my rings. So you're just going to knead it like that. It starts to get a little tacky, which is what you want. So you want to knead this for a few minutes. And you'll want to probably add a little bit of a little bit of flour to remove some of that tackiness. So pierogi were actually go back to the 13th century, and really it hasn't been proven that the Poles created it. It's kind of a mystery. It's between the Romanians, the Lithuanians, the Russians, and the Poles. But the Poles do have some good recipes out there, and so National Pierogi Day is actually October 8th. I don't know if you know that in the U.S. So go pierogi. So anyway, we're kneading this dough, and as you can see, it's getting to form a ball. And we'll do that for a few more minutes, and then what you want to do is cover it up for about 30 minutes to about an hour. Just put a cotton cloth over your bowl, and then it should be ready to form some pierogi. So now our dough has been already thoroughly kneaded through, and one of the tips that I have is to roll out your dough into a long shape like this, and then you'll be able to cover it for 30 minutes. The reason why this is better to do than just putting it into a dough ball is that when the dough is ready after 30 minutes to an hour, all you have to do is go ahead and cut the little pieces versus rolling it all out and then shaping everything. So that's just one quick tip. Now we're ready to make some garlic chicken filling. This is one of our favorites because it adds some protein, but at least it's on the leaner side, so if you want a good healthy alternative, this is a good one. So what you're gonna do is start with a few ingredients. You've got your olive oil, we've got 2 tablespoons, and you're just gonna add 3 cloves of chopped garlic. Just spread that around a little bit. I'm just gonna let that heat up for about 1 to 2 minutes. Being careful that you don't burn the garlic. Okay, once that has heated, you're going to go ahead and add the chicken. And we're using about a ½ pound of chicken. I use some organic chicken and use my food processor to really grind it up pretty good. So let that chicken cook through It'll take about 3 to 5 minutes. Now we're going to add half a cup of green onions after your chicken has fully cooked. Mix that a little bit. Next up, you have your Worcestershire sauce. It's hard for me to say that. 1 teaspoon of that. Say that 3 times. Worcestershire. Anyway, I'm going to add some freshly cracked pepper. And we're going to add, you can use some sea salt, which is what I'm using. If you just have regular salt, that's fine, but that sea salt makes it extra special. A little bit too much. Then, one key ingredient is I use Lowell brand, the sauerkraut homestyle salad. It's super good. The ingredients that's in there, we've got sauerkraut, carrots, onion, little bay leaf, some pepper. So this stuff is excellent. If you don't have this, you can also just use sauerkraut and add a few of those extra ingredients such as carrots that they have in here. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and use about a cup of the sauerkraut. You can see that. It's a nice color. There's so many different kinds of fillings you can make. This is one of our favorites. It adds that lean protein, like I said, and the green chives, the green onions make it extra savory. Okay, and I fully mix that, and so everything's blended. And then you're gonna go ahead and cut our pierogi dough, and we're gonna go ahead and fill them. Show you my pierogis. Here they are. Okay, and now it's time we're gonna boil them, and it's pretty simple. I don't know if you can see that, but we've got some boiling water, and you just go ahead and put your pierog into the boiling water, and you'll let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes. You'll know when it's ready when it starts to rise to the top. As you can see, the pierogis have boiled and they're rising to the top. That's when you want to take them out. So now our pierogi have completed the boiling process, and now you have 2 options. You can either, if you're going to eat them right away, you can saute them on a pan, add some onions to it, or you can freeze them. They last for several months, and you can just heat them up whenever you want. Again, just saute them with some onions, and you'll be able to enjoy your pierogi.